digital footprints beyond life, a blueprint for safeguarding your digital afterlife. For Google, it's all about your inactive account manager. So if you don't log into your Google account for 24 months, Google will classify it as inactive. Now, I believe they do not delete the account, but they will delete content if no one steps in for it. But you can decide what happens if your account goes inactive via the inactive account manager. I'm going to give you 3 steps that you need to take, but it's really not that hard. I was able to do that today. So you go to myaccountgoogle.com, you tap data and privacy, and then you scroll down and you go to make a plan for your digital legacy, and you can name contacts and you can designate what happens to your data. You don't log in for many, many months. So I just went to the page earlier today. Google, this is not a high priority, right? They want new users. They want people who are actively paying them. They're not so interested in helping out people's accounts after they pass away, but they'll do it begrudgingly. And you scroll down and go to make a plan for your digital legacy, and you can click on what happens to your data. It's also where you can delete your Google account. Google doesn't want to make that easy, of course. For Google, it's really important to make a plan to go to this section of the Google website. Sorry, when you're logged into Google, by the way, to go to the data and privacy thing, scroll down to make a plan for your digital legacy. And that's where you can follow some of these options. Really, really important, because otherwise, if nobody accesses your account for 24 months, all your data might be deleted. Also critical, though, to keep track of your Google login information for your trusted agents. So this is if nobody logs in. Now, if you give your representatives the login information, they can step in and manage it. But keep in mind, they can then see all of your emails. They can see everything. You might not want everything to be public, but really important to get this into place. Because again, how many of us do online banking where constantly forget how to log in, and all the information has to come back through Google, your Gmail or your Yahoo Mail, which is a different set of rules to reset the password and get access. So let's make sure that we're all up to date there. And again, for Google, if you're incapacitated, but not deceased. So let's say it's not an issue that that you have logged in recently, but now you're out of it. You need to make sure that your loved ones have access and they have your login information. But if you don't have a plan, so by the way, if you don't do this and you don't have this inactive account setting, well, your family can contact Google and present, a death certificate and show they have power of attorney or show their name in the trust to close your accounts. But much better, again, to plan ahead and name this person in the inactive account manager. Really, really important, but also critical to keep track of your login information in a very secure way, maybe using a password manager where your loved ones have access. So, because technically, again, you cannot leave a Google account to a loved one. Now, what about YouTube, by the way? Basically the same rules, because YouTube is part of Google. So what do you do for YouTube when you pass away? Well, same set of rules. So it can become a legacy account, or it can become an inactive account. It can stay up. But there's a story recently about a YouTube channel, Technoblade, where this young guy had a huge number of followers and super sadly passed away from cancer. And his account got millions of followers right before he passed away, because he was kind of documenting his journey, and that account is still up. It's a bit of a legal gray area where technically YouTube would say, well, the account's over, he passed away. But if other people have the ability to log in, I don't think it's their business to want to shut down popular channels, but it's really, really tricky. So if you are a YouTube influencer or an Instagram influencer, you may want to start side accounts that are in the name of a business. I'm not exploring that here, but that's a way where if something happens to you, well, it's a business that owns the account. So the business managers can step in, but it's a really tricky area. If you want to contact us, it's gilfix.com. But I hope you got a lot out of this. Share this video, and I hope everybody's staying safe, sane, and healthy, and I hope we get a chance to work with you and your family.